never know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard any update.
3 hours.
Since it didn't officially know,
And I may not.
I remain hopeful.
7 days, 10.
Here for several reasons, but one principally that's terribly meaningful to a number of us who have been his students more than a few years ago, is to welcome Richard Frye, who's the Aga Khan Professor Emeritus at Harvard in Iranian Studies, an extraordinary scholar and linguist who was a very influential teacher for many of us. And he had the great gift of also promoting our work, which was amazing. Most professors don't do that and don't follow it through, but he not only promoted the work, but he found publishers for us too, in magazines and publishing houses. He's absolutely unique professor, and you shouldn't be listening to this.
No, I shouldn't. I can't hear anyhow.
But it's absolutely marvelous that he's here, and that we also have his personal collection now in the library upstairs, which will benefit immensely our graduate students, of whom there are now over 20 doctoral students in our program of the Institute, based in different departments. We're connecting institute, and also it'll benefit the continuing research of our 28 to 30 professors who are connected with the Institute. So we're really launching something today that is, I think, quite exciting, quite unusual, and it's a wonderful benefit to us to have Dick here with us. So thank you so much for coming, really, and for doing all you've done in your work.
Do what I can.
And more to do. He's also,
Soviet Union, this is what they did. The person who spoke.
He's also written a memoir which was published last year, and it's the
Greater Iran.
Greater Iran. So this is something I think we can treasure as well. I received a note from John Silber, who is not able to be here today, but I thought I would read it to you because it does touch on a number of things that are represented today. There's one kind of embarrassing moment in the middle, which you'll pick up on when I become very quiet. I deeply regret that I cannot be with you to celebrate the inaugural event of the Institute for the Study of Muslim Societies and Civilizations. The founding of this interdisciplinary program is one of the developments at Boston University of which I am most proud, and it provides an excellent example of our practice of taking advantage of windows of opportunity as they appear. Boston University's emphasis on quality and scholarship in all departments has resulted in the presence of many excellent scholars whose disciplines overlap in the study of Muslim societies. Actually, Herb Mason, with all the instincts of a natural-born empire builder, recommended over the years a series of outstanding persons in a wide variety of fields associated with the study of Muslim societies and civilizations, and with the civilizations of the ancient Silk Road. This remarkable breadth and depth of faculty competence formed a comprehensive network of scholarship on which the Institute has been founded. The Institute and the University can also claim the finest collection of resource materials for use in the study of Muslim civilizations, again thanks to the ability to recognize the window of opportunity to acquire precious collections. In one such opportunity, we were offered 3 outstanding libraries: the Frye, the Menges and Yetmar collections, totaling over 13,000 books, 3,300 personal titles, and thousands of offprints. With the authorization of the Board of Trustees, we acquired all 3 libraries, making a significant contribution to our most eminent library in this extensive field. The Frye collection, featured today, gave us enormous strength in the Persian language areas, including Iran, Afghanistan, and Tajikistan. No other university can equal our resources in the study of Central Asia. On this happy occasion, it is most gratifying to celebrate the unique strengths Boston University offers in this area of study. My congratulations to all participants. And that, I think, deserves applause too. And it goes to all of our professors, our scholars, the administrators who've supported us, whom we've networked with very creatively, I think, and who have given us an opportunity to really develop something quite unique. I wanted to also ask Jeff Henderson, our dean, if he'd say a word about this. He has been a grand supporter of our work, of the charter, the refining of the charter, which has been accepted by President Brown and the trustees, etc. Would you be willing to say just a word? Neither of us prepared anything. Okay.
Thank you, Herb. Herb sounded a lot more prepared than I am. I want to echo his expression of gratitude to faculty members and friends of Boston University who've contributed over many years to building up the strength that we have here at Boston University for the study of societies and civilizations all over the world where Islam has been a factor. I think it's quite an accomplishment. It's also the beginning. These collections give us enormous strength to build on, and they give us an attraction for building up our strength on the faculty and in our student body too. In the last few years, we've made significant hires to our faculty in art history, in Turkish, in Persian, in Armenian now. We are going to announce an endowed chair in Armenian history fairly soon. And I'm probably forgetting some, but I think this will continue. And our faculty has been enormous help to the college in recruiting truly excellent people for this position and participating in this great project. So the dean's always grateful for all the help that we can get. And I'm especially grateful to Herb Mason and Tom Barfield for their readiness to put this charter through and to create this wonderful front end for our efforts. We have the Afghanistan Society here at Boston University now too under Tom's direction, presidency. So we really have a great critical mass. So stay tuned. Keep watch on our developments, because I think that there'll be substantial and important developments in this most timely area.
Well, I'd like to repeat the words that Herb has said, but also to focus on the fact that the Frye collection, among others, brings a strength to Boston University in parts of the Islamic world that are often ignored. And in particular, we're like recreating the Achaemenid Empire, except we have advances in Central Asia that they did not consider. We, as part of an Institute for Muslim Society, see ourselves as an umbrella institution. And one of the things that we're very keen on doing is empowering faculty members and others to build strengths in different regions in the world on different topics, all of which fall under our rubric. And I'm particularly happy that we have the Frye collection as a real anchor for our study of Central Asia, Afghanistan, and Iran. And we've been talking very much how to convince the federal government to make this into a recognized Title VI world area. And somebody said, well, how would you possibly define such a region? Turco-Persia, Iran, Turco, Central Asia, plus Afghanistan and part. No, what we said was it'd be the center of Nowruz studies. Any place that recognizes and celebrates Nowruz is in our bailiwick. Any place that doesn't can have their own center. And I must say that Dick's collection over the years has recognized that. Because when Herb said Greater Iran, it's actually deeper than that. It's Iran Shah. And even Ahmadinejad would not have such grand visions of where Greater Iran should go than Dick Frye. And at least intellectually, although perhaps not politically, we share those goals. We wish to take scholarship into areas of the world, bring it to Boston University where they have not been seen before. And like the great tribute bearers in Persepolis, we hope one day in this library to have tribute bearers from all over the world making contributions to Dick Frye's library, additional knowledge of their own particular regions. Because with Dick's help and with Dick's collection, we do see ourselves as a new Persepolis in which people should come, make offerings, but also partake of the culture that we now offer. Thank you very much.
I want to also introduce Mike Carroll here, who's our administrator. You've all heard from him, I believe. He's contacted you all with sometimes the greeting, hi, and
or greetings all.
the ending cheers. You know, he's a very uplifting person, and he's been marvelous in getting us established and underway. Would you come up and tell what you're doing?
Well, it's good to see everybody here, and the fact that everybody got my incessant emails over the last couple of weeks about this event. As many of you know, about 3.5 months ago, there was no infrastructural part of the Institute, and I can now say that 3 months into this, that now we actually have an office, we have a basic website, we have events like this, and we have all of ourselves together here coming to these events like this. And I think this begins to show that we're really starting to coalesce and become the institution that we really can be. I just want to continue to use me as a resource in these coming months, particularly as we continue to build this together for things even as simple as letting people know of fellowships that are available or events or things that you want to add to the website. And I will continue to try to be as much help as I possibly can. And since I didn't really have anything else prepared, I'll just leave it at that and we'll keep it short. But if anyone has any questions, please come see me anytime.
Good. Thank you very much. We also have brochures here to pick up. Mike, are they down?
They're over.
They're over here.
table around
If you don't have one, please do pick them up. I think it's the latest edition, which is ongoing,
Yes.
of course. Well, thank you for coming. Listen, I should also mention something, not forget that there's so many people who have helped us at this point, but Bruce Redford here, somewhere here, of the director of the university professors, and everybody involved in uni has been an enormous help to us, given us space. Sue Tomasetti here is just a gem of a supporter, and I want to acknowledge their importance to us, getting us launched. And I asked Bruce if he'd give a longish talk, but he declined. He's a fine director, and we're doing very interesting things there. Dick,
What? Do you want me
would
to
you
talk?
speak?
It's a mistake.
Not last, but not least.
You know what the first president of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, said? The trouble with India, he says, is there's too much emotion and too much religion. Not enough reason, not enough science. And that's the trouble with the world today. Now, you know, old people have two things I mentioned many times before. First, they have memories, and the second, they have advice. And my advice to you is, since you have this remarkable collection, is to concentrate on history, ethnology, archaeology, and so on, and leave the leave the modern people in Washington and the Kennedy School and play with themselves. Give them advice, but keep away from that. Now, I should also say a few words about Iran, because you've got to talk about Iran. There was no Islamic, there was no Iranian revolution. There was an Islamic revolution in Iran. Nothing more nor less. Everybody wants to know who wants the atom bomb in Iran. Only one person, by the name of Ali Khamenei. And one reason he wants to show that Khomeini, he's even greater than Khomeini. And he's the person, the Khalifa, the Amir al-Mu'mineen. He thinks he's going to control the whole Islamic world by having the atom bomb. And that's the reason they go back and forth and don't know what to do, because Ahmadinejad, just like everybody else in the past, are just puppets. Nothing more. And people listen to them. They shouldn't, because the only people they should listen to is Ali Khamenei. Now, why is this an Islamic revolution instead of an Iranian revolution? First, because when they came to power, they go back to the ancient Near East conception of one person, not two people. Well, in control of things. Number one, they tried to get rid of Nowruz and the Iranian holidays. And the people rose against them, said this is impossible, so they quickly withdrew. The second thing they do, they foisted Arabic down the throats of everybody on television, on schools and everybody, like the Russians in Romania and in Hungary. They got nowhere because of this. But the third thing they did, which is very bad, was they broke the tradition of the division between church and state. This goes back to pre-Islamic times. The Pamnama of Ardashir, of Anushirvan, the Qabusnama, the Nizam al-Mulk, so on, and even Ghazali, written in Arabic, said you must keep the politics and religion separate. And this has gone on. It is a fact, and that's why Iranians cannot put up with this. But the fourth reason, which is unbelievable to me, they even try to follow the Taliban by having what is called the Bab al-Ijtihad, the gate of inquiry, that you are able to change, and everything you change. They've abandoned it. They've frozen things. That's even against their Shiite tradition. And I think this is a thing that we've got to guard against, because I think now at the present time we're like, and I don't know why people, for years people talked about Washington, of course, never listened to anything like that for over the years. But I must say that I really very much worried that we are engaged now, as 500 years ago, the Protestants and the Catholics in Europe were now engaged in the wars, the religious wars of the whole Muslim world, not just in Iraq, not just in Afghanistan, also in Pakistan, also all over the Islamic world, also in Saudi Arabia and the Hezbollah. So I think we're in a bad situation, and we better get out of it somehow. And I don't know how we're going to do it myself. Anyhow, these are just a few words that I pass on to you, because it's what's been on my mind for a long time. And, well, I'm still functioning, still working. I came out last year with travel of Ibn Fadlan up to the north, and now I'm coming out with a revised and popular version of Bukhara, Narshakis Bukhara. So I started with that, and I'm coming now trying to end up with it. So with these few words, I hope we're going to do something, because you've got something here that's really going, and it's different from any place else. So my advice to you is build on this, and build in the way in which the library, all the libraries of everybody, of Karl Menges and the everybody else who's got any, they go back to the ancient and to the medieval world, less so on the modern. But so you are credited with preserving the heritage, and that's important. When other people talk about politics, and like you, in the long run, keep to the heritage, and Boston will remain great. Thank you.
We will follow that very strongly. Thank you for joining us and giving us those words. Anyway, we're still here, so enjoy and mix.